Sorry for the computer voice. I have a nasty case of strep throat and my voice is not making an appearance for at least a few days. I'm still getting the hang of making videos and didn't want to lose steam, so we are going with a funny voice for the next couple of videos. Not sure how this video will be received, but it's one I have wanted to do even before I knew I wanted to try and become a YouTuber. I plan on doing several videos like this along with drama, tea and whatever else I find interesting or important. I was raised by two fathers. There was alcohol, money issues, happiness, drama, love and family. I would like to tell you a bit about my family, starting with talking about my two dads. JK was a big teddy bear who loved his family fiercely. He was also an alcoholic. Now if anyone had reason to turn to drinking, it was my dad JK. He joined the army during the draft for the Vietnam War. He was not even 20 when he left his family for boot camp and was almost immediately sent to war. He never talked much about his time in a war zone, but he had his scars on full display. You see, about 19 days after landing in a war zone, JK stepped on a landmine, and in order to save his life he had to have both legs amputated above the knee. He spent weeks and weeks in hospital in Vietnam, then weeks and weeks in hospital in Germany, before spending weeks in hospital in the States, in California, where he had his younger brother and his father living. This also happened to be where my mother had grown up and was living. My parents' meeting was nothing short of meant to be. My sweet Catholic mother was thinking of joining a convent and becoming a bride of Christ. She had a couple of girlfriends who wanted to get her out for a girls' night for possibly the last time. My non-drinking Catholic mother, who didn't drink, said sure, why not? Enter my father JK and my grandfather Johnny, who happened to be at the same bar in Southern California that my mom had agreed to go to. JK was there with his father Johnny and my mom Pat was there with a couple of girlfriends. To my mom's shock and surprise, Johnny started having a conversation with her. My mom was not too sure how to get out of the conversation. What is a shy girl to do? Have no fear, because JK came riding in on his white horse to the rescue. Okay, it was actually a black wheelchair, but I want you to hum the Superman theme song for the next minute or so. So Johnny had his attentions diverted to one of the friends that my mom came with, and JK got his girl. Not long after meeting, they eloped at the Hitchin Post Wedding Chapel in Vegas. A few months later my brother came while my parents were still living in Southern California. It's okay, despite the fact that the three daughters my parents had were born and raised in Colorado, we don't give my brother too much grief for being a damn Californian in Colorado. About 18 months and one move to another state later, my older sister was born. Most people would think, hey, we have one son and one daughter, let's be happy with that. Luckily for you, my parents did not think that far ahead, and because of that you are able to listen to this random video about my family. 5 years later I came, and 7 years after that came my little sister. I never understood why my parents needed another child. After all, I was the perfect baby of the family. Turns out my sister was a pretty amazing human, so we kept her. Sheltered former Catholic mom, check. Angry disabled alcoholic dad, check. 4 kids who had no idea that their family was not exactly normal, check. I will say that my parents should get a ton of credit for raising 3 girls and 1 boy. We were not easy.